Before visiting an archive, there are a few things you need to know. Let's begin with the basics. What is an archive? The term archive is used in a couple of different ways. First, the term archive refers to a collection of materials preserved because of their historic and enduring value. This includes things like documents, personal correspondence, or journals. The word archive can also be used to describe the place where archival materials are stored. This refers to the physical storage location, such as a room or even an entire building. So what does St. Ambrose have in their archive? We have anything that relates to the history of SAU, anything that was produced by faculty, staff, students, and alumni. We have yearbooks, newspapers, magazines, newsletters, catalogs, handbooks, directories, photographs, artifacts. And of course, we have historic documents. We have material from every department. We have information on many different topics. We even have information about ghosts on campus and documents from a graduate who worked for the CIA. As you can imagine, we have a lot of stuff in the archive. When you visit an archive, you will meet the archivist. The archivist has many different responsibilities in their job. For instance, my job is to collect the materials that are to be saved. Let's say that a faculty member is retiring. I ensure that their documents come to the archive. Once the materials are in the archive, my job is to organize them. After they have been organized, I create an inventory or finding aid. The inventory allows me to find certain materials when they are needed. My primary role is to help you find information. In other words, I provide access to the collections in the archives. The other part of my job is to preserve the materials. I want to make sure that the things in this room will last forever. I want your children's 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 children to see the same materials that you see today. When it comes to preserving the materials, I have a lot of factors working against me. There are forces that will destroy our stuff. These are known as the agents of deterioration. The first agent is fire. Fire can cause smoke damage, partial or even total loss of the artifacts. In short, fire burns our stuff. Water damage can result from burst pipes, a leaky roof, or even natural disasters such as flooding. I think we have all seen the damage caused by the flooding of the Mississippi River. Pollutants include gases, dirt, or dust. These particles can attach to artifacts or documents and will slowly cause it to deteriorate. Have you ever been inside a smoker's house? Everything is turning brown and yellow. Well, those pollutants are at work destroying stuff. Pests, such as mice and insects, love the archive. Pests see the archive as prime real estate to build their homes. They get into stuff and start chewing it up for bedding and to make their nests. Pests will also eat many of the materials that are found in the archive, including paper or textiles. They look at the boxes on the shelf as a happy meal. Light causes permanent and irreversible damage. Often, light will cause artifacts to fade. Has anyone seen the Declaration of Independence? You can barely read it anymore. That is because through the years it has been exposed to light, which has caused the ink to fade. Temperature and relative humidity play an important role in the preservation of a collection. When conditions become too warm and wet, you will start to grow mold. At the other end of the spectrum, when things become too dry and cold, they will become brittle. This causes materials to crack or break. But the biggest threat to any collection is people. People are bad and do bad things. We destroy our own stuff. Now we are going to look at some crime scenes, and we will determine how each document or artifact met their untimely demise. We are going to figure out how they were murdered. Let's look at crime scene 1. What happened here? Someone was drinking around the Declaration of Independence and spilled their coffee. That left a nice stain. Someone was also eating KFC chicken and got their greasy fingerprints all over the Declaration. The horror! Don't eat or drink while working with archival materials. Also, handle materials with clean, dry hands. It is a good idea to wash your hands before working with archival materials. How about number 2? What happened here? This paper clip looks innocent enough, but what happens to metal over time? They rust. The rust will leave a brown stain on the document. We don't want brown stains anywhere, not in our underwear or on our documents. And here, they wrote on it, in pen. The ink damage is permanent and irreversible. So when you come in here, feel free to take notes, but not in pen. Use a pencil instead. And don't write on the original materials. If writing notes is too old school for you, we have a very nice scanner in the archive, or you can take pictures of the documents with your phone. Oh no! Someone ripped the document and was too afraid to tell the archivist, so they taped it hoping that I wouldn't notice. Please be careful when handling things. Hopefully you won't rip anything. But if you do, please don't tape it. Tape is made of 2 parts, a barrier and an adhesive. When you remove the tape, it will start stripping off bits of the paper. It will also leave behind a nice sticky residue. The adhesive residue will start sticking to other documents. The Post-it note also has an adhesive on it, causing similar problems as the tape. But they cause other problems too. Post-it notes are made from highly acidic paper. Acid likes to migrate from one piece of paper to another. This is known as acid burn, which leaves a brown stain. And our underwear has taught us that brown stains are bad. When conducting research, please don't use pens, paper clips, Post-it notes, or tape. Moving on to crime scene 3. Oh, the humanity! All of the documents are out of order. Documents are organized a certain way for a specific reason. So when documents become disorganized, you are at risk of losing information. Keep documents in their original order. View them page by page, just as you would in a book. What is happening in crime scene 4? Someone wrote on the photograph with a permanent marker. That's called vandalism. So what's wrong with that? Let's say that we were doing research on the orbital ridges of women in the late 1800s. We can no longer use this photograph because someone drew alien eyebrows over that woman's face. The information is lost to us. Let's take a look at crime scene 5. Some careless intern was handling this Native American pot. They dropped it and it broke. This is an example of physical destruction. What's the big deal? Can't I glue it back together? I could, but it won't be the same. So be careful when handling materials. What about crime scene 6? Something is missing here. Not just missing, stolen. Someone took a coin from this collection and replaced it with a penny. Theft is illegal, unethical, and immoral. While there is a market for documents and artifacts, this is not a good reason to steal. Once objects or documents are stolen, they are no longer available to the public. No one can access the materials because they are gone forever. That is the real crime in this situation. So what did we learn from all of this? First, do not eat or drink when working with archival materials. And wash your hands. When working with documents, use only pencils to take notes. Pens are not allowed. Don't use post-it notes, paper clips, or tape. Please maintain all of the materials in the exact order received. Don't vandalize anything. Handle all materials with care. And don't steal. Congratulations! You are now ready to start working with archival material. When you are ready to start your research, make an appointment with the archivist. She will be glad to help you in any way possible.